Hi, welcome to this Writing Center tutorial. In this video, we're going to go over some more detailed steps for creating flyers with Google Slides. So first off, you want to go ahead and open up a new Google Slides. You can do this by going to your Antioch Gmail and clicking on Slides. So here I'm going to start a blank presentation. The first thing that I'm going to need to do is to change the dimensions so that it will print out as a flyer. So in page setup, we're going to go ahead and change this to custom dimensions, and we'll do 8.5 by 11. So here we have the right dimensions for creating a flyer. And we're just going to walk through some basic steps and some features. So with Google Slides, you can do a lot of easy things to make your flyers look really nice. So let's say I've already picked out some images and I've already picked out a color scheme. If you're wondering where you might find good color schemes, you can go to a website like Canva and they have really nice color combinations. So let's say I know I want to use a lot of red in my flyer and I like this color. I can go ahead and copy this hex code, and I might choose to make the bottom portion of my flyer that red color. To do that, I can go ahead and insert a shape. And I'm just going to choose to draw a large rectangle here. And then one thing to keep in mind for Google Slides is you might have quite a few things. To select that object, you have to click on it, and then you'll see that it's selected when it's surrounded by blue. And I'm going to go ahead and change this fill color to that red that I decided I liked. So I can click Custom, and I'm going to paste in that hex code, and then OK. So now I kind of have my red bottom color, and then I can always delete or move these text boxes. So to delete them, you just click on them and click delete. I'm just going to get them out of my way for now. And then I might add some later. So let's say that I know that I want to add a couple of images and I've already picked them out. A really good resource is Unsplash. You could use that for images. So here I found this light ball image that I really like, so I'm just going to copy the image. And then to get it onto my slide, I can just paste it. And then I can adjust the dimensions by dragging at the corner here. And I can move it around by, when I see the crosshairs, clicking and dragging. So I'm going to add a few more images to my slide. So, and this is going to be a flyer that I'll be creating. So here's another image, same thing, copy, and then I can just go and directly paste it onto my slides. And then you'll kind of just adjust it, play around with dimensions, and get everything where it looks nice. So you can just keep finding images that you think will work well. There's a lot of great choices on Unsplash. Got my images mostly arranged the way that I want them. I'm going to go ahead and crop this one though, so it's not hanging off my flyer so much. So you can do that by clicking where it says crop image, and you have to pull from these black lines to crop. And then you'll see this gray area is what I'm going to crop, and you just click outside that to finish cropping. So now I'm pretty happy with how it's arranged. I might want to also add some text to my flyer. So to do that, you can go Insert and Text Box. So let's say I'm making this flyer to advertise the Writing Center. I can go ahead and put a little bit of promotional information here. And you can adjust your font and color up here. Font and more options. If you don't see it, you're going to have where you can change your color. I can also easily drop images on here. So let's say that I want to use Antioch's logo, and I went ahead and found that. Same thing as the other images, you're just going to copy it, and then you can go ahead and add that to your slide by pasting. And then same thing as before, you can adjust your dimensions, move things around. I'm going to add a little more text, so I'll insert another text box here, and I can type some additional text in here. Put a little text in, and the same way you can change the background, you can also change the color of your text. So let's say I have that color scheme that I liked and I want to use this cinnabar color. I can go ahead and copy that color, and it's pretty much the same steps. First I have to select the object. So you have to make sure you're clicked in that area. And then you're going to get the option for the color. And you're going to see custom. So this is where you can add more colors, same as before. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. And then I have my color the way I want it. So a couple other things you can do is you can layer objects. So I might decide that I want to have a couple of small phrases here, a little bit here. So one thing I might do is I might choose to add a white square that I can make semi-transparent. You can find this on iconsdb.com. They have lots of great objects that you can copy. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And I'm going to go ahead and add it to my flyer. And I'm going to just adjust the dimensions a little bit. And to make it look a little bit nicer, I might go ahead and choose the object. And then I might want to adjust the transparency. So just have to select my object, and you're going to see that there's an option to make it a little bit more transparent, which can make it look a bit nicer. That you can go to where it says Format, Format Options, and you'll get the option to adjust the transparency. So here I can slide this to make it a little bit transparent so that it just creates a better layered effect. So I think right about there looks nice. And now that you have that, you could, like if I want a couple text box, you can just copy this by doing Command C after you select it, Command V, and then you can go ahead and arrange those however you want. And then if I want to add some text on top of these objects, I can go ahead and do that also. So here I'm going to go ahead and insert text box. And then I can just draw that, and then I can type in whatever kind of text I want to add there. If I added a little more text, I'm going to go ahead and also make that bold so it stands out a little bit more. And you can also make it bigger. So you can just play around with this until you get your text looking the way that you like. You can also space it out a little bit with this line spacing, so maybe I'll do 1.5 to make it look a little nicer. And you can just play around with this and move things around. So if your order needs to be adjusted, so like let's say for some reason I accidentally sent my text to the back, the order area is where you're going to see that. So I can send something to the back, or I can bring it to the front, and I can always click undo. So after you're all ready and you feel like your flyer looks nice, you can share it, or you can go ahead and download it as a PDF. So that's another option. And yeah, thanks for watching this brief tutorial. And if you have any questions or want to have some practice with the Writing Center, go ahead and shoot us an email.